All right, so moving on to the final segment, I'll be sharing my thoughts on Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou happening next in the heavyweight division in the sport of boxing. So, we seen a news break this weekend. Eddie Hearns announced on Friday that Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou will happen in Saudi Arabia. The date that the fight will take place on will be March 9th, the original date that was set for Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder to happen in the sport of boxing. In order for Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder to happen, both fighters had to win their fights that they had at the Day of Reckoning. Obviously, we saw Anthony Joshua win his fight against Otto Wallin, but Joseph Parker played spoiler and defeated Deontay Wilder at the Day of Reckoning. So that is the reason why we're not getting to Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder next. And that is setting up for a money fight between Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngannou. So, with that being said, I do believe that this is a huge fight taking place next in the heavyweight division. Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou is a big money fight that will be happening next in the sport of boxing in the heavyweight division. You have Anthony Joshua, who had a great calendar year, a great year in 2023. He was 3-0 and picked up 2 impressive knockout victories in the calendar year 2023. Then you have Francis Ngannou, who has established himself as the new wild card in the heavyweight division in the sport of boxing. He did the unthinkable. He went from being a UFC heavyweight champion and translating his game over to the sport of boxing and taking one of the greatest heavyweights of this era in Tyson Fury the distance. And he scored the knockdown victory heard around the world in the 3rd round of that fight. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody saw Francis Ngannou taking Tyson Fury to the distance. And it was a close victory for Tyson Fury. Only beat the former UFC heavyweight champion by 1 point on the judges' scorecard. So I do believe that's going to be a great fight in the heavyweight division. You have Anthony Joshua's boxing skills going up against Francis Ngannou's unpredictable boxing abilities with his dangerous knockout power. I think that's a big money fight to happen next in the heavyweight division between Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngannou. But the other big news is that on this card for March 9th, when the fight takes place in Saudi Arabia, we can also see another heavyweight clash in the heavyweight division between Zhilei Zhang and Deontay Wilder. That could be on the undercard of this event, or it could be the co-main event of this event. These are just rumors and speculations of Zhilei Zhang and Deontay Wilder potentially fighting on the card. But if that fight happens on that undercard, Zhilei Zhang versus Deontay Wilder will be an absolute banger. Even though Deontay Wilder looked very off and was outboxed for 12 straight rounds against Joseph Parker, I do believe Deontay Wilder could get that wake-up call that all boxing fans out there watching and listening want Deontay Wilder to have. And I think we could get the mean, ruthless, aggressive Deontay Wilder maybe just one last time in that ring with Zhilei Zhang if that fight happens next. I think that's a battle between 2 outstanding heavyweight boxers, both knockout artists in their own respective rights. I do believe that Parker loss could bring us a different Deontay Wilder. And then you have Zhilei Zhang, who picked up 2 back-to-back knockout victories against Joe Joyce. I do believe that could be a great fight to happen next in the heavyweight division. But those are my thoughts on Francis Ngannou versus Anthony Joshua happening next in the sport of boxing. And that is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. This is your host, Thomas Tyree, signing off. And I'll see you guys on next week's episode.